So I started out in Christian music by way of a Christian label offering me a record deal. I was a Christian, they were a Christian label. I liked to sing, it seemed to make sense, but I was kind of presented an opportunity to sort of simultaneously be a general market mainstream artist and a Christian artist. And so I think because my induction into the industry was with that expectation, when those kinds of things didn't quite explode in that marketplace as big as I thought they should, I developed a sort of a superiority complex that I'm cooler than Christian music, I'm better than Christian music, my music's totally general market, and I had this real bad attitude about Christian music, and I turned my back on it. And when my husband and I were separated, I was in my kitchen, and one of the few radio stations that the radio in our kitchen would pick up, because we lived out in the country, was a Christian radio station, and Aaron Schust came on the radio singing "My Hope Is in You" all the day long. I won't be shaken by drought or storm. And I was in a hurricane. And I remember hitting my knees in this oversized kitchen that I had no business owning, and just my husband was gone, so it felt even lonelier. Just my whole life just seemed to be falling apart. And I cranked it up, and I just wept, and I couldn't wait till the next song came on. And it was Mandisa, Stronger. And then it was Sanctus Real, Lead Me. And then it was Matthew West, Strong Enough. And then it was Third Days, I Need a Miracle. And it was just one after the other, and it was like oxygen to my lungs. And it was the first time that not only had I felt hopeless, and that gave me hope, but that I realized I had been a part of an industry that gives people who feel hopeless hope. And I'd taken that for granted. And so when I had turned my back on Christian radio and I felt hopeless for the first time, that's actually what was there for me. And so I have a completely new attitude. I don't feel like Christian music should be judged by the same standard. I think that as Christians, I think we need to be doing exceedingly abundantly, even more than we are asked. Like, we need to be striving to do our best and trusting God with the rest of it. So it doesn't mean that Christian music should be not as good. You know, what it means is that Christian music is positivity in a negative world. It is hope to a hopeless world. It is encouragement when people are devastated. And so I feel like so often, at least I do, and I know there are other artists that do this, that you get really caught up in the relevancy to mainstream radio versus not in your art. And I think that's not the rule. That's not the standard to be judging it by. We need to be judging it by faithfulness, that God's given us a gift, using it for Him and then trusting Him with it. And it exists to be a positive, powerful force of light into a negative, dark world. And I want to be a part of that, because when I was in a dark, negative place, it was a positive light that gave me hope. And I feel like that has so much to do with why I'm here. And my perspective changed and my heart changed. And so God started working on me from the inside out. And that then impacted my marriage. So it impacted me first, and then consequently my marriage. And so I owe so much to Christian radio, and I'm really, really thankful.
Just